senior coach in the AFL, and tonight Hawthorn coach Alistair Clarkson joins us. An explosive force off the Saints backline, Brendan Goddard will drop in for a chat. And we find out what Collingwood's Brian Strawn is doing in a car yard. G'day everybody, welcome to the show. We've got the full hour back in town tonight, so it's great to be with you. We're also across down to the Telstra Dome for the Essendon-Brisbane game, all the regular segments, tools, banners, and we'll bring you some highlights from the Adelaide West Coast game, which is underway at the minute. Full show, lovely to be back to an hour, everybody.
Yeah. It is a huge show. Looking forward to obviously chatting to Alistair Clarkson, Hawthorn coach, and of course Brendan Goddard. Got knocked out, but he's still going to make it in, and we're very excited about that. Serious issue at the top. Something has been missed this week in the AFL. An icon, a football icon, reached a pretty special milestone this week. And I've got to say, I think it's been ignored. It's been ignored by the media.
Not the Collingwood show,
You've
Peter,
got
come
to
on.
be kidding, Pete. He has been on the front page of the paper every day.
Seriously, Nathan Buckley gets more press than the Queen.
It's unbelievable. She gets a lot of press.
I'm not big on Nathan Buckley, although I would like to see a few more pictures and articles about Nathan. But
Sure you would.
Umpire Darren Goldsmith. Umpire Darren Goldsmith umpired his 350th game, ladies and gentlemen, this week. Good job. And we love umpires here. We respect umpires. And 350 games, not bad for a blind white maggot. I mean, that is...
No, it was a great effort. They were going to give him a banner for him to run through, but he would have been too weak to get through it.
No,
come on.
Mean that.
I do.
After the game, he's going to go out and party with all of his friends, and both of them should have a really great night. So.
The reason he's got so many friends is because he's got an amazing sense of humour. He really has. And he actually had a press conference to celebrate his 350th game. I'm not sure who wanted to go to the press conference. But he set that press conference alight with that trademark Goldsmith humour. Have a look at this little gag that he tried.
Obviously, I've made some mistakes over my career. I think the last one was in about 1998. But, you know, that's a joke.
It's all right.
Tell you what.
Yeah. 50 years of television. That is...
He had to go.
great moment.
You know, I remember that mistake in '98 too. It was a shocker.
Sam, you know, comedians, when other people try and get in on their act, they are not happy with it. They get very tense.
No idea what you're talking about. Anyway,
I'm with whistling in harmony. Don't we want to not bag these people and encourage them and support them?
We want to highlight them, and I think we have highlighted Darren there, and he'd be pretty happy with all that, I imagine.
Sam, since when do umpires have press conferences?
Well, it's a pretty significant milestone, and it's a rare moment when we actually get to hear the people speak.
Yeah.
Which I think is wrong.
It is a tough job, and they do it.
I think it's right that they speak, but wrong that they can't more
I
often.
know.
You know what? Let's just hear from the man himself. Why not hear from the man himself, how he describes the job he's been doing over all these years?
Okay.
Let's have a listen to Darren.
I'm watching all the holds, Des, and the high ones, and the dropping the balls, and the trips and everything. I'm watching them all. I'm doing my job good.
You're doing your job, yeah.
He's a chatty one, isn't he?
He's chatty,
I think he gets up a few people's noses.
Oh,
There you go. But
pretty happy with himself. Well done.
I mean, his umpiring thing's all right. Now, another umpire tries very hard is Sean Ryan. He, you know, he puts in a lot of effort. He tries really hard. Tries harder than Maria Sharapova, in fact.
Really?
And I can confirm that.
Yeah.
Just have a listen to a few of his bounces last week. Good job.
There's a lot of young kids out there who watch this show, and they're all a lot of them are aspiring to be footballers, of course, but some are aspiring to be umpires. And they respect you three learned gentlemen.
Well, they shouldn't respect us.
And they want to know what you've got to say. And there you are, hammering into poor old Darren Goldsmith and Sean Ryan, making fun of them, when you should be saying what a great job they do.
Come on.
Darren and the other guy would be at home right now and just laughing along, thinking, good on you guys, thanks for mentioning us at all right? So,
Okay. Andy, was that you that asked the question in the press conference, if it was a joke?
I've been to an umpire's press conference before. I'm interested in them.
Yeah, me too.
Well
you know,
done.
they're an integral part of the game.
Well done,
Couldn't
Cross.
have it.
Very good point, Sam. It couldn't happen
tell
without
you what,
them.
the nerds stick together, don't they? No, not you, Sam. You're just a nice person.
Oh, I knew I was going there. There was a big game at the MCG today.
Certainly was, Poindexter.
I'm sticking by you, Dazza.
Yeah.
43,000 there to see the St Kilda machine just click into top gear, and they were absolutely outstanding. You rocking and rolling party animals, you. Sam, they were very good, the Saints.
And a terrible day all round for the Tigers. Their third loss in excess of 100 points this year, and they also lost one of their favourite sons, Nathan Brown, to a hamstring injury. Jason Graham, though, had a terrific game. He's had a terrific year. He kicked the Saints' first 2 goals for the match and finished with 4. But really, the day belonged to this man,
Yeah.
Fraser Gehrig. He was somewhere else today. He kicked 10 goals. The last person to do that was his teammate Stephen Milne in round 22 last year. He had a day out, Fraser Gehrig, gave Joel Bowden a headache, and then poor Ray Hall had to deal with him as well.
He was magnificent. His kicking for goal today was just pure. Sometimes you can hear the ball coming off the boot, and he was just kicking it beautifully today.
Can you describe the sound? Has it come off the boot?
I'm not going to go there. No. I made a big enough goose of myself tonight. So.
And just with Nathan Brown, Terry Wallace said in his press conference afterwards that they might have to consider just packing him up for the year and saying, take it easy, your body hasn't been right for a while, and just get better and see you in 2000.
He just did a hamstring, though. I mean, players do hamstrings all the time.
But he's had other problems.
See, we understand he has, but, I mean, yeah, good luck to him.
What about Andrew Kellaway? He was a late withdrawal because he'd had a surfing accident. He surfs 5 days a week or something, and he had a bit of a slip on his board, and I think he hurt his hamstring as well, and so left the Richmond defence a bit threadbare.
Surely players that your coach will be saying don't surf. I mean, surfing's pretty dangerous throughout a season.
We can't stop people from doing...
Might ask Alistair Clarkson about that later on. But now it's time to go down to the winners' rooms, and they, of course, are the St Kilda rooms with one of our favourites, the skipper of the St Kilda Football Club, Luke Ball. Luke, how does it feel to be in the top 4?
G'day, Pete. Yeah, you're my favourite show too. Always love coming on. So, are we in the top 4? I'm not sure about that.
You are at the moment.
At the moment, you are.
Possibly on percentage. So, no, it was a good effort today. After sort of limping over the line the last couple of weeks, it was good to put 4 quarters together. It was good.
I just want to say, you said we're one of your favourite shows. Is that including the Steph show?
Oh, actually, I'm not sure. I mean, I did watch that last night and probably didn't take that in consideration when I said that, so we'll give you equal favourites.
Yeah, Steph show certainly is hot, Luke. Now, notice in the stats that you had 1 hit out today. Any chance of you becoming a permanent ruckman?
Possibly, yeah. I think I went on for Kane Ackland the last quarter there, and the boys said forward pocket, and I said, no, I'm going to the ruck. Don't worry about that. But I don't think a goal was kicked, so I didn't get a chance to go in at the centre bounce against Stafford, who's about twice my size. So, no, I don't think so. Every now and then, if we can get over the top and help Blakey out, who probably gives away a fair few centimetres against the big fellas, that's what we try and do.
Good effort, mate. Now, there's been a lot of focus on Cozzie's head, and we've sort of forgotten about your groin. I'm still focused on it. Now, how is it? You've had 28 possessions today. You've had a great game. Is the groin okay?
It's good, Husey. Yeah, I think since the mid-season break, where we had about a week off or so, and really got stuck into it then, and since then it's been pretty good stuck into it then. So probably the wrong thing to say there. No, but it has been good since then.
Luke, the G-Train, tell us about his pre-match, because he's had a day out. Did he have that look in his eye as you met in the change rooms this morning?
I'll just look over the back now. He's signing a lot of kids' autographs. I reckon he's every kid's favourite player, the Train. I reckon if I was a kid growing up, barracking with the Saints, I'd have the number 9 on my jumper. Don't worry about that. He's he's good. He's been sort of threatening to kick a bag. I think he's been really good, really up on his toes. I think since the break as well. And if he hasn't kicked them, he's probably set a few up in the recent weeks. But it was his day today, and 10 goals. That's no mean feat.
Well, congratulations, a huge win today. Now, we've got Brendan Goddard coming into the studio, Luke. He went off. He's going to come on the show still. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, in fact, he might have to get someone to drive him in. Just think I might get Cozzy to drive him in. No, but he's all right. He bounced back after half-time and I think kicked the goal, or 1 or 2 goals in the second half, so it was a nice gutsy effort from him.
Nobody's tougher than Jason, Luke, and very few are tougher than you. We have a Jason pack for you there that'll have you sleeping nicely throughout the week.
Fantastic.
In fact, forever, because you can keep it. It's not just a week thing.
Great, thanks, Pete.
But Luke Ball, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Luke Ball, and Always good to chat to Luke. It's a pity, Sam, we didn't have a bit more time to speak to Luke, because I'm sure you would have liked to ask about Nick Del Santo's groin as well as Luke, but maybe we can ask Brendan how Nick's groin is going. We love going to the football, we love checking out the banners, and Limo, you checked out a beauty this week.
I did. I checked out the Carlton banner tomorrow, Pete, at the Telstra Dome, which read as follows. Fev's had a baby that he's trying to impress, but it's hard when the baby's already beaten him at chess.
I whipped up to Manuka Oval in Canberra and checked out the Kangaroos banner. Here it goes. Our club room's burnt down, leaving us in dismay. We shouldn't have had Play With Matches family days. Disappointing.
Port Adelaide nearly got home against St Kilda last week in Tassie. This is the banner for tomorrow's game. Motlops missed the goal a fan heard on his transistor. It's the biggest miss in Tassie since a bloke pashed someone else's sister.
Before the game, back with 20 more on the other side. Kate Simpson from the Blues goes in, hot water with Husey. And Alistair Clarkson, Hawthorn coach, will join us in the studio.
Big Brother 06 has had the biggest shocks in the game's history.
Who could believe that one?
From 6:30 Sunday, 2 housemates will be evicted.
It's moments like these when the completely unpredictable occurs.
4 remain, 2 must go. Over 2 massive nights beginning Sunday, you will decide who will make it through to the final of Big Brother. Live double eviction from 6:30 Sunday and the finale from 7 o'clock Monday.
Another moment of genius from Toyota. Most memorable grand final moment of all time. Specky of all Speckies, taken by another man. Alex Jezelenko.
Alex Jezelenko!
Dave, it's 1970 Blues versus Pies. Now, Jezzy, you stand here. I'll be Mackay, and Dave, you can be Jerker Jenkins. You happy? It's not... Dave, that was a really good suit. You've lost a little bit of the spring in your step. Spring! But I think all we need is leverage.
A little bit of leverage for Jezelenko! Lupiote!
Oh, what could go wrong? Nothing. No, that's not going to work. Not much height there.
Oh, it's time for plan B.
That's beautiful.
Mackay kicks it to the wing position. Oh, Jezelenko! Lupiote!
Hey, boys, oi.
Yes!
Nice grab.
Does eating crust really make your hair curly? Find out. Try Domino's new High Crust Plus. It's irresistible.
Domino's! In his own backyard or yours, this person makes a choice every day.
Here he comes.
The choice to make a difference. Are you ready? Call the South Australian Police Recruiting Centre now.
Reduce the total of your docket with this week's Barlow specials.
Budget topside steak bulk pack or topside roast, $6.97 a kilo. Pop dogs or cocktail frankfurts, $2.97 a kilo. That's half price. Barlow. Why pay more?
Hurry!
What did Port Adelaide get for Nick Stevens?
Nothing.
Yes. Is Carlton's winning percentage in finals above or below 50%?
Above.
Nah, below 48. Who was the second oldest player on your list?
Second oldest, Barnaby Frank?
Yes. The Blues beat Richmond in the 1982 grand final. What was the name of the female streaker?
Helen D'Amico?
Yes. Spelled Koutafidis.
K-O-U-T-A...
No, O-U-F-I-D-S. Who was the shortest player at the club?
That include coaches?
Well, player.
Eddie Betts.
Yes. In what season did Carlton last win 3 games in a row?
2004.
Yes, rounds 11 and 13. Name either of the half-forward flanks in the Carlton team of the century. New dancer.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes, or Jezza. Stephen Sticks Kernan holds the goal-kicking record at Carlton. How many goals did he kick?
658.
738. True or false, Brendan Favola and Lance Whitnell are officially listed as the same weight?
True.
Yes. Kate Simpson, thanks for jumping in hot water.
Unfortunately, Cade's Junior Footy Club, the Emerald Footy Club, won't be winning the $5,000 hot water system thanks to Aquamax, but a pretty bold effort nonetheless, Hughes.
Wonderful effort, especially the one knowing the female streaker. He wasn't even born in 1982.
Brilliant.
Still knew it. Well done.
Tough night for the Hawks it was last night, but there's many a bright light on their horizon at the moment. Their coach, Alistair Clarkson, joins us on the show.
Thanks, guys. Alistair, can I first ask, I mean, we had a bit of fun with the umpires at the start of the show. They're having a bit of a go at them. Were you in the green room just going, oh, that's terrible?
No, we had a tough night with the umps last night. The umps thought Heritage round extended for an extra week. They wore black and white 2 weeks in a row. But, listen, we had a lot. We've got to worry about our own form. It wasn't all that flash in the first half, and to the boys' credit, they played better in the second half, but unfortunately the game was nearly over at half-time.
Alistair, you know how we said in the green room we'd all chip in towards your 10 grand fine. We were kidding about that.
Let's just get the score out of the way. Could have been a whole lot worse for the Hawks than it eventually was. Collingwood dominating the first half, but Hawthorn, to their credit, stuck to their guns after half-time, and there were a lot of pretty positive signs in the second half, Sammy.
Yeah, there were, but really it was Collingwood's night from the beginning. Nathan Buckley's 250th game for the Magpies, and goodness me, didn't they start well for him? They had a 33-point lead by the first break. And in the second half, in the second quarter, they piled on 5 unanswered goals in the last 8 minutes of that term, and essentially that was the match. As Alistair mentioned, in the second half, Hawthorn saved a little bit of face, I suppose, but it was a bit too little too late, and I suppose and ultimately quite a disappointing night when you've taken some steps forward and then from the outside it looks like a step back.
Yeah, well, not a step back, because we've got a long way to go as a football club, and our second half, you know, Collingwood have been in pretty good form for the bulk of the year, and to actually outscore them in the second half was a pretty good effort. But when the whips were cracking early in the game, we weren't there to be seen. We made some terrible decisions with our feet that turned the footy over. I think Collingwood's first 8 goals, 7 of them came from our turnovers, so we need to address that, and that's why we can't be too concerned about umpiring decisions and that sort of stuff, because we've got some things in our football that we need to correct before we worry about things outside our control.
And Alistair, did Zach Dawson crash your car at the start of the year?
No.
I'm just wondering, because I mean, he got a bath last time, so it was a big test, you know, to put him on rocker again last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you've got to have faith in your young players like that, and yeah, we got a very, very inexperienced defence. You know, with Tom Murphy playing on Tarrant last night, and you know, that's a big task for anyone. And Jared Ruffhead was a bit down there as well. You know, they've played about 40 games between them, those 3 lads, and they're with Danny Jacobs out of the side and a couple of others, and it means that we've got to expose these young guys a little bit earlier than we.
Did Zach put his hand up and say, I want him again, or did you go to him and say, you know, how was his reaction when he found out?
Yeah, no, he was keen to have another go at it, and you know, we're keen as a side too to try and support him in that, because we weren't too sure in round 2 whether or not it was Zach's poor play on rocker or whether it was just a supply in the midfield, and so we wanted to give it every opportunity. And once again last night, a couple of savage turnovers in the midfield gave Rocker a couple of easy goals too. But you know, he's coming along nicely for us, and he's going to be a good player. But he just needs to build up his body a bit. You know, it's a couple of times last night where he's just one-on-one contest with Rocker, he just threw him around like a rag doll, and that's good experience for the lad to know that he's just got to get himself into the weight room and do some hard work over the summer.
And eat a bit more, yeah?
Just exactly right. Get into the grub.
I was going to teach him a few lessons, but what kind of bloke is he? I mean, everybody's got his opinion about what kind of psychological damage round 2 could have done to him against Anthony. But what kind of bloke is he?
Yeah, he backs himself, and we back him, and eventually he's going to be a good player for us. But unless you've got faith in your players like that, then if he doesn't feel like he's got the confidence of us to give him those sorts of opportunities, and he's not going to progress as an AFL footballer. And so he's a pretty resilient sort of customer, and just backs up again. And you got to be like that as a fullback, because it's the toughest position on the ground to play, because even when your side's going well, the ball comes down and you make a mistake, it's a goal.
Yeah.
And hasn't he been spoken about a lot, Zach Dawson?
Yeah.
Huge profile for such a young kid. Anyway, one downer for the Magpies last night was Leon Davis, who we saw get caught up in a pretty awkward tackle here. His left ankle was fractured. He was taken to hospital last night, was x-rayed, and today operated on. Collingwood at the moment are still saying, who knows, he might come back. You'd write off the home and away rounds at least, but I cannot. It would take a miracle if you've got a fracture in your foot.
A miracle or a few jabs in the ankle. You know, I think that's all he needs.
I don't think
jabs.
It's a massive loss.
It is, and so they'll lose one of their playmakers, excitement machines,
it is a big
top
loss.
goal kickers, and
sure,
all of that for September.
He's had his best year to date, so it's disappointing news for Leon. But just on the all the injections, I mean, how many blokes at Hawthorn, top up during the game?
They're always getting a certain level, are they? What's your position on it?
We're not too. We got such a young group. We're not too keen on the jabs, to be honest.
Yeah.
Lance Franklin about 3 weeks ago against West Coast probably could have had an injection into his shoulder to continue to play, but with such a young group, we don't want to actually...
just get the Wiggles band-aids out, yeah.
We just don't want to subject them to that at an early age. And
so you think I'd start crying if you brought out the needle?
No, I don't worry about that, but just... when they've played a little bit longer, then they're in a position perhaps where they can make a decision themselves on when it's right to inject.
What about Craw? Because he's had the sore legs. Does he thought about it, or is he... he's had a few weeks off, Crawf, hasn't he, because of it?
Yeah, he's missed a lot of footy, and but he hasn't had painkillers in. He's had a bone-related injury, and you just need to stop playing footy when that happens. Yeah,
sure.
Plenty more to talk to Alistair Clarkson about on the show. On the other side, we're going to find out what Strawny's been up to. He's been hanging around car yards. We'll find out about that. We're also going to cross to the Telstra Dome for the preview of the Essendon-Brisbane Lions match, which will follow us later on tonight.
8 o'clock Tuesday, you'll swear you've never seen anything like this.
Your word is Tourette's. Tourette's. T-O-U-R.
All new wedge, 8 o'clock Tuesday.
Get up, move, 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 get up, move. Get up, move, 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 get up.
Toyota Hilux 4x2 action utility vehicle with a powerful 175 kilowatt 4-litre VVTi V6. You'll be counting down every second till the weekend.
Get up.
Go live with wireless video communication.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Dave.
Enjoy high-quality video communication supported by Intel dual-core processing. ASUS W5F incorporates Intel Centrino dual mobile technology. ASUS.
The legendary Almaco is back with 2 all-beef patties, sour cream and taco sauce. So come to McDonald's and feed your inner Mexican.
A new plasma or LCD, a new lounge or bedroom suite, a new notebook or digital camera. Put yourself in the picture now with 19 months interest-free at Harvey Norman. No deposit, no interest, no repayments for 19 months till February 2008. 19 months to pay for new furniture or bedding, home theatre and appliances, computers or mobile technology. The lot. That's no deposit, no interest and no repayments for 19 months until February 2008. So, snap to it. Now's the time to buy at Harvey Norman. But hurry, offer is limited.
I asked Paris Hilton if she was a virgin. 2 seconds later, the lie detector machine blew up.
Strawny's heading down the Toyota, or as my uncle in China says, Toyota. And he's going to help sell some cars because the ambassadors are falling like flies. Strone!
How
you doing?
Very well.
Did I come sell a few cars for you?
All right.
Part of the ambassador.
Have you done that at all before?
Nah, but that's all right. I pick up things pretty quickly. Just like
All
footy.
right.
Seen you play footy, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, do all right for
See
the
how we
pies.
go. Got you a jacket.
Nice jacket.
Haven't been able to get you a
Nice.
badge.
Hey, Strone's already made himself one. Strone, hey?
All right.
That sounds pretty good.
No dramas.
Let's sell some
There
cars.
we
What do you
go.
reckon? Let's do it. Here we go. Strone knows a buy when he sees one. Mark it down for Strone. Here we go.
Have you got GPS or?
Yeah, oh yeah, GPS, yep. Great player, Strone, GPS. Yeah, it's got that. You know, a car and a woman, very similar. You know, if you service them, they'll go all day. This is the bonnet. Can't sell cars if I can't open the bonnet. Hey, little one. He doesn't get it. Is he slow or because he's not laughing at me jokes? Whatever. Hey, buddy. Strone! How you doing? You're a Collingwood supporter?
Yeah. Yep.
Strone!
Can I take it for a test drive?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go for a test drive.
No, can I go by myself?
That is against company policy. Strone cannot allow that. But you seem like a trustworthy guy. You got a trustworthy face, and you're a Collingwood supporter. Off you go. Hey, off you go. You enjoy that. Go the pies. Strone selling cars.
Strone, you got
Hey.
the car back yet?
No, he's not back yet. He will be though. It's only been, 49 minutes. So give him a chance.
I don't think he's coming back, Strone.
He is. Strone's on fire.
Well,
commission.
according to our calculations,
50-50. 50-50.
No,
Pay up.
By our calculations, you're actually going to owe us money by the end of the day.
Wow. What are you going to do about that, really? So, I mean, come down here for generosity.
Let me just make a call. Actually, why don't you pass us the suit and the badge back? Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Still counts as a honk?
Strone.
4 honks.
Change of plans, mate.
Yeah, cool. What's going on?
You need it down at Telstra Dome tonight. There's an ambassador because they've all gone down. You're going to kick some goals to earn some money for grassroots footy.
I can do that. How many goals you want?
As many as you can kick, son.
Well, deal. Deal.
Don't know whether his ambassadorial work for Toyota at this point in time has been what they were expecting, but it will be continued at Telstra Dome tonight. Let's hope that Brian Strone can actually make some money for Toyota down at Telstra Dome at halftime. And I will be crossing down there a little later to catch up with Stephen Quartermain.
Now, Alistair, we never get to know exactly what goes on in the coach's box because we never get access, obviously. Now, last night, with about a minute to go in the second quarter, we've got some vision here. Can you tell us exactly what you were saying at this point? So what exactly was going on there? Can you tell us?
No, it would have been one of numerous moments throughout the course of the first half yesterday. We were a bit frustrated with the performance of the side, but
is there one man in the box you look at to yell at? Like, is there your sort of who is it?
Well, Mark Evans, the guy who's our footy manager, he's got the match-up board. We usually give him a fair spray. Well, it's such a tough job, the match-up board, because you obviously it's changing all the time on the ground. We think we've got it in control, and the opposition changes as well. So. He usually cops a fair bake.
Have you ever broken anything in the coach's box, like a phone or a chair maybe, or a desk?
No, I haven't.
Somebody's head.
Haven't been too bad. Strained a few vocal cords at different stages, but yeah, it's a pretty energised sort of environment. But yeah, usually when you're right on edge, that's when you're coaching the best. But wasn't to be last night.
Do you look at someone? I mean, Paul Roos, for example, he just looks like he's almost on tranquilisers in a coach's box situation.
More jabs.
Do you look at someone like that and think, how do you do that?
Yeah, well, everyone's got their own style, and Rosie and Neil Craig and Bomber Thompson always look really, really composed in the box, and but most of us are raving lunatics in there, and it's a tough environment.
Is there certain players who do your head in more than others? I mean, what about Spider Everett, who is obviously a great footballer, but you're having a lot of trouble trying to re-sign him at the moment? Does he do does he do your heady?
No. If as long as our players stick to what they're asked to do prior to the game, you know, we're usually pretty fine. But we've got a group at the moment that are pretty consistent in the way they apply themselves, but sometimes they make mistakes, and that quite often happens with the young group.
And speaking of signings, a lot of speculation over, you know, when you were going to be re-signed. They finally did it, and we noticed when you had the press conference and Jeffrey announced the decision, there was a real excitement with the playing group, and even yourself, there's a real buzz. It was electric. Let's have a look at the announcement. The players, Sam Mitchell is psyched. There, look at Cross, right? Have they had jabs? Have they had tranquilizers? Or what?
Too good buzzing.
There's Josh. Oh my God, he's too good. And look at you. Had you just gone on the Gravitron because you...
What's going on? Is that an automatic response as soon as Jeff Kennett starts speaking? Is it going to go like that?
Well, it's funny because when the board actually rang me to inform me that I had been had their endorsement for a further 2 years, I was bathing the kids. It was about 7:30 at night, and I was less favourable in terms of a response then too, because I had other things on my mind. But yeah, that's a funny set of circumstances.
There's always a lot of electricity in the room, or wherever Stevie Quartermain appears. He will be appearing at Telstra Dome a bit later on when Essendon take on the Brisbane Lions, and we can cross down to Telstra Dome now. Quarters, lovely to have your company. Tell us, James Hurd, is he definitely playing tonight?
Yes, well, we haven't got the final list through, but we've just been watching Vision in the rooms, and James is licking the fingers as he usually does, and he's taken part in the warm-ups in the room, so everything seems hunky-dory, and I expect the great man to play, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back out on the ground, because might be many times left for James Hurd on an AFL football field. Let's hope he plays next year, but could be the end of the curtains at the end of the year, so good to see him out tonight.
Stephen, I remember a couple of years ago, Kevin Sheedy talking up this encounter as the no-rules match. What should we get excited about tonight, do you think?
Strawny at half-time. No, look, actually, Brisbane's record is amazing against Essendon. They've won 9 of the last 10, and, you know, we've had the famous, if it bleeds, you can kill it, which Lee Matthews started a few years ago when Essendon were on top, and we have had some pretty feisty encounters. So look, there's a great rivalry between these two teams, and I don't think it'll be any different tonight. In fact, I'm tipping Essendon to win in an upset, which is pretty brave considering it all the Brisbane Lions just next to me. But I think Essendon will win tonight. It'll be an absolute thriller. But I just got a feeling that tonight is the Bombers' night. Brisbane have to win to stay in touch with the top 8. But just having a look at Essendon's team, apart from Matthew Lloyd, who's obviously out for the year, this is their best team for the year, just about, the Bombers. So with Hurd back and Fletcher back and McPhee back, and I think they can just get over the line tonight.
And also the forgotten recruit for Essendon, Richard Cole, who crossed from Collingwood. Matthew Lloyd was telling me during the week that he's actually he's cut in half his skin folds, and he's looking pretty good.
Well, Kevin Sheedy, didn't he put him on notice earlier in the year saying that he wasn't, his training wasn't up to scratch, and apparently over the last couple of months he has worked very hard, Richard Cole. So it's been a while in the making his debut for the Bombers, but he's finally out on the ground tonight, and let's wish him well.
We'll be watching with interest. Quarters, good calling. Thanks for joining us.
Working hard on his mullet by the looks of him.
Interesting.
Inspired by last week's 80 show, I think.
I must admit.
You know, I love Peter Halley just name dropping. Matthew Lloyd was telling me during the week.
I know people.
We've actually just had the teams confirm Slattery is out and Reynolds is in, so that is the only change for the Bombers.
And Acker is not playing. Would you take Acker at Hawthorn?
I would decide at the end of the year, all their list changes and that sort of stuff. He's a very, very talented player, and you know, I'm certain if we sat down and discussed with him what he wanted to achieve out of his footy for the next couple of years, then there'd be some chance that we'd give him some consideration. But you know, we'd be foolish if we didn't give it that consideration, because he's a very, very talented footballer. But you know, we have had a focus over the last 2 years of injecting some youth into the club, but as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, where we've perhaps been exposed the most is we just haven't got enough experience at the top end now. And when we get a couple of injuries to those guys like Vandenberg and Bateman, missed the game last night against Collingwood, then we've become pretty thin with experienced players. So we'll give it consideration, I think.
Are you married to any of your players at Hawthorn?
No, but there's obviously some vision coming up.
Does the club have any kids with any of the players? Because it's a different set of circumstances up in Brisbane. Have a listen to how Lee Matthews described the breakup with Jason Ackermanis.
I guess the reason that separations happen is to see what life's like separated, and many marriages come back together because being together is better than being separated.
the unfortunate people in this are the kids who are the supporters. You know, the kids don't know what's going on with mum and dad, and unfortunately they feel like they've got to take sides. All you hope is when, you know, when again, the mum and dad go their separate ways, the kids love them both.
Supporters of the kids, imagine Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'll tell you, who is the winner out of all this, though, is before the game, because we've got a new cameraman. Have a look who's behind camera 2.
Alistair, good luck for the rest of the season. There's a lot to look forward to down at your footy club. Good luck with everything. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Alistair Clarkson joining us on the show. When we return, we're happy to say that Brendan Goddard will join us live in the studio. He was crunched today, but he'll be with us when we return.
It's a road so jam-packed, they have to start earlier.
And a special time on? 8:30.
In a 2-hour special, catch all your Big Brother housemates with this year's winner.
8:30.
Danny Minogue's live in the studio.
8:30.
The Veronicas are performing live.
8:30.
Road chats with Oscar winner Jamie Foxx.
Pete, have you set your alarm? No. Road lights running early this week. I better then.
The massive 2-hour road. Special time, 8:30 Tuesday.
A new plasma or LCD, a new lounge or bedroom suite, a new notebook or digital camera. Put yourself in the picture now with 19 months interest-free at Harvey Norman. No deposit, no interest, no repayments for 19 months till February 2008. 19 months to pay for new furniture or bedding, home theatre and appliances, computers or mobile technology. The lot. That's no deposit, no interest and no repayments for 19 months until February 2008. So, snap to it. Now's the time to buy at Harvey Norman. But hurry, offer is limited.
Does eating crust really make your hair curly? Find out. Try Domino's new High Crust Plus. It's irresistible.
Gotta get a Roadstar from Mayto Caravans for quality and value, yeah, Roadstar is the brand. Gotta get a Roadstar from Mayto Caravans, a Roadstar from Mayto Caravans.
G'day, I'm John May.
Ben May.
Scott May.
And you will find the Roadstar range now at 602 to 606 North East Road, Holden Hill.
Gotta get a Roadstar, yeah, Roadstar is the brand, a Roadstar from Mayto Caravans.
It could be a part or a spare. It might be just one or a pair. A dozen, a score. There's one thing for sure. You'll never know what you'll find there.
Paramount Browns, all kinds of stuff new and second-hand, and now open Saturdays till 4 p.m.
You'll find it in kilos and pounds. You'll find it on heaps and on mounds. In gallons and litres, in yards and in metres. You'll find it at Paramount Browns.
Cash for scrap, 99 Cavan Road, Cavan.
You'll find it at Paramount Browns.
Into music? Rock up to Australia's hottest music hub. Collect specially marked Coke labels and register online to win awesome prizes. Go off online at coca-cola.com.au.
Welcome back to the show. We're just glad to say that Brendan Goddard could join us tonight. He was absolutely poleaxed before half-time today, but he got up off his stretcher and he's joined us on the show. Brendan Goddard. You had a bit of a black eye there. Is that the wound from the knock today?
Apparently, the makeup artist said we'll just leave it there.
That's good.
You look tough.
Battle scar.
We were freaking out watching you on television, thinking, I mean, of course we were concerned for your safety, but we're thinking we need another guest.
You were actually given the option to get out of coming here, and you decided to still come into before the game, which...
That's all I can think about.
We still think you must be concussed. You feeling okay? Like, you came back, I mean, you kicked the goal.
Yeah, I did. Did I?
Is it true that your mum went down into the change rooms? And
She was the first person I saw, yes.
And what did you say to her when she came down into the change
I
rooms?
said, what are you doing here, Ma?
we believe your mum goes everywhere with you.
She's...
We've actually got evidence, there she is.
Brendan is okay, and we're very pleased about that, Brendan. I think we should just have another look at the big, tough clash that you copped. Face on, Greg Stafford, who does like a bit of body on body. It's got to be on the football field.
Sam Lane.
You don't get me into trouble. But that will be looked at.
Look who's protecting you there.
We won't get...
Stephen Baker, there we go.
Stephen Baker forgot his stepladder there.
No.
He did. You think it will be looked at too?
Absolutely, and I mean, Brendan doesn't need to comment on this because he probably doesn't want to, but from the way I see it, Stafford was looking at the ball, as were you, to begin with, but then something changed at the last minute. He had his arms tucked in, but I don't know.
Yeah, it could be looked at, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
He had his head over the ball.
Absolutely.
And got to be protected in that situation.
He's just got an awful habit of getting himself in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And there's
Greg
a height
Stafford.
difference, admittedly, but...
The gutsy effort by you, and I mean, you were on the stretcher all the way off, but you were awake coming off on the stretcher. At one point, did you think I should get off here and walk, or were you like...
I actually wanted to, but the doctors, they stress out more than anything because they're saying, don't move, don't do this, but I said, no, I'm right to get up and walk. And, they're saying, no, don't move, you know, keep your head down, but I was fine and I wanted to get off and walk. All I was worried about is if I took the stretcher, I wasn't allowed to come back on.
Right, yeah.
Do they still do the things like, you know, count my fingers, where are you, all those kind of questions?
Yeah, afterwards he's asking what day it is and who we're playing and stuff like that.
Did you get all the questions
Fortunately,
right?
I got them right, yeah. I had to think about them, but...
And a huge win. I mean, you're in the top 4 now. St Kilda's season seems to be right on track now.
Yeah, slowly coming back, but hit our straps today. Scrapped in the last couple of weeks, which is good.
And Fraser kicking 10 goals. If Cosy gets fit, he probably won't get a game.
The big G, man, yeah. It's kick straight for a change as well.
And everybody was talking about him again all week, and there was a bizarre set of circumstances down at training during the week when the chopper had to go up into the air to try and get some vision of Justin training. I mean, these are just crazy scenes. What were you blokes saying about it? Were you aware that the choppers were doing all of this?
This is after training, and I walked out afterwards just to see what was going on and saw the chopper, and I didn't really think anything of it. But on a main training session on Thursday, the cameras weren't allowed in, and they managed to park their cars in the fence and was actually standing on top of the cars with the cameras.
It's like a Hollywood celebrity wedding, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But if the cameras get too close, Cosy runs into them, you see. So
I find that, I mean, it's got to a ridiculous point now, I think, with Justin and this fascination. Would it not be better to just let everyone get in and take their photos? And because the more you guard someone, the greater the intrigue.
It is a bit weird, and it's funny that one time our physio was driving his car and he actually drove off in the car.
That's right,
and the TV camera said, oh, this is Justin driving off, and it was actually our physio. But Justin does manage to slip away from the cameras a bit.
He's like Princess Diana now, isn't he?
Yeah, they are flat out, but he is getting a lot of attention and he doesn't really want it.
Look forward to seeing footballers without their makeup edition hitting stands.
And what about your coach, Brendan? He says a lot of stuff that we don't quite understand. One in particular happened this last week. Can you tell us exactly what this means?
Yeah, it was, I suppose, a little bit like deja vu in reverse here.
Deja vu in reverse. Is that when you imagine something's going to happen in the future and then it doesn't happen?
He's got a lot of cliches, but I've never heard that one before. I think his favourite is don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. So, we hear that.
Has anyone tried to piss down his back?
I'll tell you, he did a lot of coaching in Warrnambool. It probably did happen.
Probably a good time to take a break. Brendan Goddard's going to stick around. On the other side of the break, Ryan Fitzgerald meets the youth of Australia with his lock stock. And the tool of the week will be awarded.
The hot new series you're going to fall in love with is finally here.
Yay! Starting live 7 o'clock Tuesday, the search for Yasmin's Mr. Right begins.
Secretly, I'm very nervous. Out of the thousands of suitors, we've picked the cream of the crop.
Now, with the help of our panel, we're asking you to choose Yasmin's first date.
What?
Yasmin's getting married. Premieres live 7 o'clock Tuesday.
I'm getting married! Yay!
With 245 kilowatts and all-wheel drive, the new Ford Territory Turbo. Eat sports cars for breakfast. The possibilities are amazing.
Oh, hi, Terry.
Oh, hi, Jill. Hey, how's it all going?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. Actually, we wanted to chat to you about getting our home loan put on...
Pregnant pause? Sure, why not?
That's another example of the wizard why not attitude. Home loans are all about flexibility and being able to talk to your local wizard manager about anything, any time. At Wizard, you'll find we say, why not?
Obviously another Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. Well, it is irresistibly tasty.
You're going to have to stop all this nonsense and get a job.
To keep his family together, no one's going to take you away. Luke has to learn
We've got one shot.
to tackle life head on.
Let's go out there and do it, guys.
Fairy tale stuff.
I'm her natural fizz. I help her be in top form every day. Make her mind sharper, go harder, gin, and be the life of the party. Nearly time.
Barocca Performance, with its B and C vitamins, plus magnesium, zinc and calcium, is clinically proven to help improve concentration and reduce tiredness. And it's sugar-free.
Let's do it.
Take Barocca Performance every day and bring out your natural fizz.
Now, Lockie, AFL players have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. What's one trick that you want to do that an AFL player can do?
Ooh, a one-hander. Kick 60 metres.
Oh, yeah.
Specky.
A specky. Have you got any tricks on your sleeve?
Yeah.
What have you got for us?
The worm.
Whoa! That's like a worm! That's a big trick, boys. Are you ready? See what it is? You fire up? All right, up you go, Ash. Oh! Forward walkover! All right, off you go. Oh! 5, 6, 7! You got any tricks up your sleeve that you can do out in the footy field? What?
A burp.
Oh! I love a good burp, Jacob. Have a suck on that and see how many burps. Skull, 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 skull. Jake. Handball! Yeah! Burp, burp, burp.
Headband.
A headband? Oh, that was... I've never seen that before. Oh, Madison, that's great.
Becky!
Oh! Mate, I've got a plane to catch. This has been 8 minutes. It's ridiculous. Oh, he's going to spew up. Well done, Jacob. Well done, mate.
Thanks to the NAB, Ryan Fitzgerald out catching up with the youth of Australia. Brendan Goddard's our special guest, who was one of your veterans stealing the show today. Just in a nutshell, can you tell us who Fraser Gehrig is?
Not many of us know, but he's totally different at the footy club, and what you see is, I guess everyone forms their own opinion, but Fraser around the footy club is a lot different than what he is.
He's funny, guys, and he's always doing jokes, yeah?
He is a funny guy.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
he was awesome today. When he's in that sort of form, and, you know, you guys are streaming off halfback through the midfield, does he loom massive for you when you're looking downfield?
I think, we have been in the past, we've looked for him too much, and I think that's why you see blokes like Grammy and Lee Montagna kicking goals from outside 50, because all the attention's back on Fraser and Rui, and it brings Graham in.
And you're doing it as well now. You can
occasionally, yeah.
Your form is just, you're going real good, mate.
What about Fraser's shorts? Do you guys ever say, look, seriously, Fraser, those shorts are too small?
I think he likes that part of it, and I think the chicks do as well, apparently.
Sam?
No comment.
The tragedy of
awesome one man.
The tragedy of it all is that Brendan Goddard should, of course, be playing for the Carlton Football Club, but that's a story for another day. You're playing with Robert Harvey, of course, and what a super player he is. He's got his testimonial coming up, and everybody in football respects this bloke, and there'll be a massive crowd getting along to salute him. It's at the Regent Theatre. They're the details. Call 132849 at Ticket Tech if you want to get a ticket, or go to the club website. He is an out-and-out legend, is he not? I mean, you must just be in awe of him.
And he's so humble as well. He's one of my favourites, for sure.
I think he's always been one of my favourite footballers, and he's one of those guys who, if St Kilda win the premiership, I think a lot of people who don't back for St Kilda will be wrapped because Robert Harvey will have a premiership medallion around his neck. This is not a segue, but it's now time for the home hardware.
I believe men in general, and AFL footballers in particular, are becoming more new age and more sensitive. And this was really brought home to me when I was watching the Channel 10 coverage last Saturday night. And Paul Williams, Sydney Swans legend, just retired, was describing the only moment that compared to his AFL premiership win last year. Let's listen to how he describes the only other moment in his life that compares.
5 minutes after the siren goes and until you get your medal is the most amazing 5 minutes in your life, apart from giving birth, not giving birth, but watching your kids come out of their mother.
Watching the baby come out of their mother like an evictee leaving the Big Brother house, it sounds like. Seriously, Paul, that's not very technical the way you've talked about it there, but you do win the Home Hardware Tool of the Week with that term you've used right there. That's the Tool of the Year. Tool of the Week's here as well, all right. You win the Home, what's that one? You win that one, Tech Craft Screwdriver and Wench set. No. But one extra thing we're going to give you, Paul, just for future reference, all right?
So is that written by Husey?
It's written by us.
We have noticed, Brendan, that St Kilda, you almost have a mortgage on the Tools of the Week. I mean, Brett Voss won Tool of the Year. Grant Thomas, I think, has won it twice this year.
The Bathers.
The Bathers. Nick Del Santo won it recently.
Milty with the, you know.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Are you going to have a crack? Yeah, what
Me?
Yeah.
What do I win?
You actually got a great spanner set from TechCraft.
Yeah, we've got a few spanners down in the club.
Well, how could you? There's nothing you could do though. I mean, you're such a cool guy. I mean, your mum, and your mum comes everywhere with you, doesn't she?
Yeah, she holds my pocket. So.
We're going to wind the show up. You stick around for the last segment. Brendan Goddard's going to stick around. A huge result over at Subiaco. West Coast has stumped Adelaide. We'll tell you all about that and preview the rest of the round when we return.
In just a few moments, a battle that'll rock the foundations of Amey Stadium.
Oh, what a night!
Port Adelaide, Sydney, next on 10.
In his own backyard or yours, this person makes a choice every day.
Here he comes.
The choice to make a difference. Are you ready? Call the South Australian Police Recruiting Centre now.
Dolmio tastes fantastic as always, but now it's got a new look.
Yo, big mama, Papa got a new look too.
But nobody laughs at Dolmio.
Dolmio, same great taste, great new look.
Peter Shearer's huge winter sale is on now. Up to 50% off suits, business shirts, sports coats, and up to 50% off trousers and casual wear, plus 30% off all leather. For the biggest savings, get into Peter Shearer's huge winter sale.
The beautiful Lynx Lady Bay, just 60 minutes from Adelaide on the scenic Fleurieu Peninsula, offers a distinctive golf experience. Enjoy alfresco dining on the balcony or indulge in June's restaurant featuring views over the golf course to the sea. With state-of-the-art facilities, the ideal venue for corporate events, conferences and weddings. Take advantage of our midweek special. Rent one cart and your partner plays for free. Book now on 8558 2220. Lynx Lady Bay, your slice of life is only a short drive.
Do you want to buy a good ensemble for under $500? Haggle. I dare you. Haggle. Do you want to buy a good bedroom suite for under $500? You'll have to haggle. Haggle. I dare you. Haggle. 7-piece dining, $199. 5-piece dining, $249. Not $150, $49. Bar stools, $49, $49. Fold-up beds, $49. 4-piece king size, not $2,000, $999. Rug and mattress, good beds from under $100. Good mattresses from under $100. Haggle. Haggle.
The new hit series that's changing Australian lifestyles returns 7:30 Wednesday.
Are your kids a handful?
Just imagine having 6.
What a nightmare. Can our experts change these sweet-toothed devils into sweet little angels?
This will be the toughest challenge yet.
You're killing the kids. All new Honey, We're Killing the Kids returns 7:30 Wednesday on 10.
Just amazing what you find out when you ask a question. All will be revealed in a second. Make sure you see the show next week. They're the times. Melbourne and Adelaide, 6:30, Brisbane and Sydney. Check your local guides. Do it with a footy record by your side. Limo always does.
I sure do. I never leave home without the footy record. And our tips are inside. Peter Hellier still leading by 3.
Doing it easy. Doing it easy.
Ragged.
Just quickly, say Mac, everyone. Let's have Maxie winning. Big Brother, he's on Big Brother. It's not a football thing, but we'll move on. Then what did we find out about Brendan?
Well, I asked Brendan who he lives with, and he told me he lives with Nick Del Santo. And I asked, I know that Brendan's got a girlfriend, and I asked the status of Nick, whether he has a girlfriend or not, and he said no. and then I mentioned Sam Lane's name, and what was the response to that, Brendan?
I know that he comes home and that he does talk about you a lot.
Hypothetically speaking, if Sam were to say to Nick, let's go out, he would probably say yes.
A drop of a hat.
To
I asked him how he
game.
went on before the game last week, and he goes, I got to speak to Sam again, so that was good.
I'll say to you, Sam, because you're one of my very, very finest friends, it has been a big game over at Subiaco. The West Coast Eagles back in town in no uncertainty. Look at that. That is the biggest thumping that Adelaide's had for a long time, Sam.
It sure is, and a few of us have gone cold on West Coast of late, but goodness me, they've convinced some doubters today, I would suggest. And Chris Judd was awesome, racked up, I think, more than 30 possessions. Cousins as well. Daniel Chick did a great job on Mark Rashudo, kept him to just 2 goals. And Ashley Sampi back into the side, he's also kicked a couple. Now, massive morale boost for West Coast because they knocked off Adelaide in round 2 this year, so they've beaten them twice.
Yeah.
No one... Adelaide were favourite going
But
into the
they
game.
were due for a flat day, Adelaide, surely.
Adelaide, they were foxing. Seriously, it's all part of the grand plan. And also, it doesn't help when Michael Gardner turns up at the airport.